Hello. This video will about downloading and install Haskell on your own machine without Docker because I feel some of your machine cannot run Docker correctly. I don't know why, but maybe the structure, the system, or might be it's weak. Like Docker need a larger memory for to run the image. So I'll suggest you to do install Haskell on your local machine. If you want to do that, you need to fix some bugs when you install the Haskell. So basically, generally, for any language, so if one person asks you to program in one language, you can just use Google, right? So you type install Haskell, right? Then you will find the page to install Haskell. You can read through it. So this is the instruction. So it's for Linux, macOS, FreeBSD, Windows, or WSL2. See, use GHCUP to install GHC. This is a compiler for language. Cabal install. See here, this is a tool for managing Haskell software. Stack, a cross-platform programming for developing Haskell projects, and the server. So this is optional. What we must have is this, right? GHC is what we must have. Stack is nice to have, but you don't have to have this stack. Okay. So let's install the compiler first. We can use the latest one, right? And you can browse through it. So the packages on this page include only the GHC compiler. For most users, we recommend install the proper Haskell distribution instead of GHC alone. Right? So we just click here, GHCUP. We can just use this, right? So on Linux, macOS, FreeBSD, or WSL. This is a Windows sub-Linux system. So on your Windows, you can actually run Linux. Just a sub-Linux system, okay? And you just copy the code, okay? So okay, we just use this one, okay? We install, enter. Okay, now it's downloading. And on the OS X, in the course of running, you will given a dialog box to install the command accept the requirement. Okay. Enter. First, we select best channel. We just use default, right? Do you also want to enable playlist channel alpha, beta? You don't want, right? So do you also want to enable the cross-channel getting access to experimental? You just do no. So default is no, so you just do no. Do you want to automatically add the required path? Yes. You want to add? You can pre-append or append. So I'll do append. I'll do pre-append. I use default. Okay. Install the Haskell language server. You can do this or you can not do this. Or just keep default. Keep default. Okay. And you wait for downloading. Okay, all done. So you can start simple run GHCI. This means no. Okay, so You can close this, open terminal GHCI. You use okay, it's working. So this is less effort, right? So this less effort on mic. But I'm not sure, like depending on your computer, like if you use I think it will be very smooth if you do this. So I suggest you guys to install in this way if you couldn't make it work. Yeah, I think Docker thing is yeah, it's good to learn Docker because eventually in some work, if you into the development or web development or other development, you need to use Docker. Uh, but I think this way might be easier, but depends on your machine. You might have different error than I do. When I do this, there's nothing. So I just made this work. Okay, let's check our assignment, right? So you need to change directory to your document and change to program language. And you have the Haskell. I typed it wrong. Okay. So PS3. Okay. And then you do the same thing. So you have stack, right? Stack. Okay. So you do the same thing. Stack GHCI set one.hs. Okay, it's still downloading. By the way, you may not have this error. I think when I read through it, I think it because previously I have compiled uh the Haskell code. So you should because I have the .o file here. I think you might not have this same thing as me, but I don't know because you are not using Docker, so that's the trade-off. You have to debug yourself. Okay. Okay. Now it says compiled. Okay, and you can load set one, load successful one, two. Yeah. So you can use this on your local machine, right? So set let's try load the solution stack GHCI set one solution.hs. Okay. Now we can load set one and one, and then we can call double one is to do. Okay, we need to unload, load, set one solution. Okay, and then we do double. Yeah, so you can do double three. Have it wrong. Double three, double four. Yeah. So this is how you install it locally on macOS. I think most of you have Docker problem because of I think it's macOS, right? I think it might be some memory issue for Docker because Docker usually requires a large memory for the computer. And for Windows installation, the same thing.